Now, President Trump recently admitted that he would violate the law if it would give him a political advantage in the upcoming election. Now, this was during an interview with ABC News' George Stephanopoulos. Trump said that he would gladly accept information from a foreign government on his opponents if it was offered, and that he would probably not tell the FBI. Now, here's some of that video. Let's take a look.
Your campaign this time around, if foreigners, if Russia, if China, if someone else offers you information on an opponent, should they accept it or should they call the FBI?
I think maybe you do both. I think you might want to listen. There's nothing wrong with listening. If somebody called from a country, Norway, we have information on your opponent. Oh, I think I'd want to hear it.
You want that kind of interference in our elections?
It's not an interference. They have information. I think I'd take it. If I thought there was something wrong, I'd go maybe to the FBI if I thought there was something wrong. But when somebody comes up with Oppo research, right? They come up with Oppo research. Oh, let's call the FBI. The FBI doesn't have enough agents to take care of it. But you go and talk honestly to congressmen. They all do it. They always have. And that's the way it is. It's called Oppo research.
It's called Oppo research. No. You know what it's called? When you take opposition research from a foreign government, it's called illegal. It's called a crime. And there it is. Here's Trump saying, commit a crime? Yes. If it gives me an advantage, of course. Of course I will. No, you cannot use opposition research that has been funded and conducted by another country. Why? Because it's a campaign finance violation. And there are strict rules about taking campaign, or any type of sort of campaign contribution from a foreign government. This is wild because we just had an investigation into whether or not Donald Trump did this exact sort of thing back in 2016. And then here he is. He's rubbing it in your face. He's admitting, yes, of course. Oh, I'd do it. Yeah, go. Collusion, of course. I'd love to. I'd absolutely work with the foreign government if they came to me with research, and maybe I would tell the FBI, but maybe I wouldn't. Unless, of course, I thought that there might be something wrong. Well, really? Seriously. Then, of course, he goes on to say, I've seen a lot of things over my whole life. I don't think in my whole life I've ever called the FBI. You don't call the FBI. This is somebody who says, we have information on your opponent. Oh, let me call the FBI. Life doesn't work that way. Really? Well, not if you're a criminal, I guess. Look, Donald Trump is absolutely fine with taking opposition research from the Russians, probably the Chinese, maybe the Israelis. It doesn't matter where it comes from as long as it gives him an advantage. Because he's going to do whatever the hell he wants as long as it helps him win. And the reason is because he always gets away with it. He is never, ever held accountable. He's gotten away with campaign finance violations, obstruction of justice, and who knows what else. Possible money laundering, bribery. Who knows how long the list of crimes Donald Trump is guilty of committing. Nancy Pelosi, it's time to impeach. You know why? It's because he's rubbing your face in it. That's the message. I can do whatever I want. I am above the law. And yes, I would absolutely do it again. When are you going to stand up? When are you going to impeach this criminal? Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know how I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent progressive media.